Okay, so this piece of software in here is lossless scaling. This is a program that enables any tech of upscaling, except for DLSS and XeSS, to any GPU you want to use it with. And a couple of months ago, or like 3 months ago, they implemented frame generation. They called LSFG, which is lossless scaling frame generation. The first implementation was trash. Some people told me like it was good, but for me it was like full of artifacts, full of motion blur. It made me like feel a little bit dizzy. It's like my vision is blurry, but not my vision that is blurry. It's like the program is like making the game blurry as hell. And the screen turned off. And now they updated that LSFG, which is now has like 2.1, 2.0, something like that, and it was updated like May 8th. So this update was May 8th, and I did not try it. I had tried it before, that's why I had 28 minutes of gameplay, but I did not like it, so I didn't go further with it. But they claim that this frame generation technique now is better, and it like reduces a lot of artifacting and stuff. So I'm gonna put it to the test. Okay, before we go any further, this piece of software is like $7 plus taxes, and it says Steam Deck compatibility that it's not supported, but Steam Deck supports it if you have Windows 11. So Steam OS does not support it, but the Steam Deck like in general supports it if you have Windows 11 or Windows 10 on it instead of Steam OS. And also it's cheaper in other countries other than the US. Okay, so this is how the program looks like. It has scaling type, scaling mode. You should have it always on auto and full screen, but it doesn't. Full screen means just window, the window, the full window screen. And scaling type, FSR, NVIDIA image scaling, which is like trash. FSR is better than NVIDIA upscaling. They should have DLSS, but DLSS only works with tensor cores and stuff like that. So they should have XeSS at least that works with every GPU, but they didn't add it. But this here, frame generation, is the main event of this software. They added performance mode, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I'm just gonna try it. I haven't tried this update yet. So I clicked on performance mode and I clicked LSFG on, and this is how it works. You click scale, and then there's a countdown, 5 seconds countdown. You have to click between the 5 seconds and second 0. You have to click on a window that you want upscale or like frame generated. Okay, so I'm gonna get a baseline of my frame rate. So my 4080 giving me 50 FPS, 59, 60 FPS. I was gonna say 60, not 50, but yeah, it's giving me like 60, 59, 58 in that region. So let me just see. I get like a headshot easy. Well, that wasn't a headshot, but close to a headshot. That was aiming at his head. Now I'm getting 70 FPS. I'm gonna click scale and then click on this window, like wait until like it flickers, flashes or flicker. Okay, so now I can see it. I hope you can see it too. There's a 120 counter like right like in the left top corner. If you see NVIDIA on my overlay, there's NVIDIA, and then on top of NVIDIA there's 118, 120 FPS. That's how many FPS is being generated. And I can tell you right now, like movement wise, I don't like camera wise too. I don't feel any latency penalty. But let me see if I can hit a. Oh, I can't even do anything, but I can hit a headshot. Okay. The thing is, I'm not sure how they did it, because the first iteration of this software was like trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now the first iteration of the frame generating technique in this software was trash. But this one, there's no artifacts even. And my aiming, I can aim like headshot. I didn't even like that was a flick shot, and I hit it. This is. Let me just run. Let's run around. Okay, running. I feel a little bit of stutter. It's not. I'm not sure if it's from the program or if it's from my capture card, because I'm having 60 FPS, 65. It should be like 122.5 or something like that, but it's not, because what it does, they want you to fix your frame rate to 60 to half your refresh rate. Now, if you have like for example, if a game gives you 80 FPS, you should fix it on 60 FPS, and then this software is gonna give you more frames. It's gonna double your frame rate. I think that's why I feel the stutter, because my max FPS right, my max refresh rate is like 60 because the capture card does not do 120. That's why it's stuttering, because it's not seeing more than 60, but the game is giving more than 60. What? This was a shotgun shot, and he didn't even flinch. It was like, okay, give me another one. Yeah, I can feel a stutter. Like, whenever I have, like, fast movement or something, I feel a stutter, but I think that's because of my refresh rate, not because of the software. But there is no, I mean, there is no artifacting. I mean, before when I tried it, there was a shit ton of artifacting, shit ton of motion blur, shit ton of things that make you go vomit if you look at. And now looks clean as fuck. Okay, now it's time for Alan Wake, my favorite benchmarking tool to benchmark GPUs and programs. Let me just go see what graphics I'm at. I think, yeah, DLSS performance and DLSS frame generation and everything probably is on high. Yeah, I think everything is on high. Yep, even RT high. That's expected. 77 FPS on a 4080 Super is probably it has to be on ray tracing and path tracing and everything maximum. With DLSS maxed out too on performance. All right, so let's just go to this game, this program, and click scale. Click back on our game. I think it's gonna flicker or something like that. It did not flicker, but it hitched for a bit. Oh, so this is, I'm not sure if you can see it. With The Last of Us, there was no artifacting, but I think you can see the artifacting on the trees right here. The character model is not artifacting, but I don't know. I think you can see it on the video. If I can see it, then you can see it as well. The floor and the trees and the grass, they flicker. Even him, even like what's his name? Alex Casey or something like that. Yeah, he was flickering as well. I think it's because of DLSS on performance. Let me just do DLSS on quality and see. But by the way, there's no what's it called? The word escaped my mind now. There's no penalty in lag. There's no input latency.
Roger.
Okay, so yeah, even with DLSS on quality, this thing is just flickering as hell. So it's not gonna work with every game, but on The Last of Us there was no artifacting, but on this game there is a lot of artifacting actually, and it's a game breaker, a deal breaker, or game changer. No, not game changer, but deal breaker. Yeah, game breaker or deal breaker. How Americans say it. All right, so now I see no artifacting. Let me just see if this guy's gonna start artifacting like hell.
Big puddles.
I see that tree over there is artifacting, but he is not artifacting. Yeah, I think you can see it. This is not playable, to be honest. It's smooth, yes, but it's not playable, to be honest. It's not gonna be like, I wouldn't like to play it like this. Yes, it's 90 FPS instead of 50 FPS, but I wouldn't like to play it like this. This is crappy, to be honest. I'm not sure why, but it's just not good. So this is one of the games that this program won't work correctly with. But I think if you do not mind those flickering objects around the character model, then you're gonna be fine. Okay, now with Cyberpunk 2077, things are getting a little bit intensive, and this is like RT overdrive, but with the DLSS on performance, running at 50 FPS, it drops to 40 FPS sometimes, 51 to 49. 49 was like on our 46, so 46 was the lowest thing that I've seen. Okay, now let's go and scale with LSFG and see level of smoothness that this gonna give us. Is there any artifacts? Not like Alan Wake, but this is like The Last of Us. I don't see artifacting that much. There is a little bit of artifact, like you can see this hologram or like in front of it, the green hologram right here. Where is it? Like right here. This one is artifacting. Like keep looking at it. It's like artifacting like shit, but it's not a deal breaker. You know what I mean? Alan Wake was artifacting all over. Like even the grass, the trees was artifacting on the side. Like even other persons, like they were like Alex Casey and that the cop that doesn't shut the fuck up. They were like artifacting, but here the grass is not artifact. Walls do not artifacts. Car does not artifact. Nothing artifacts except for that hologram. And like those stuff over there, you can see this artifacting because you know it's a frame generation technique. It's not gonna give you like exactly. It does not have access to motion vectors, so it's not gonna be like DLSS frame generation. It's gonna be like just like the TV stuff, but it's like an enhanced type of TV stuff that you see on TVs. Is an enhanced version of it, but this version 2.0 is like it's getting close to DLSS frame generation. Not gonna lie, it's getting so. The thing is about frame generation from DLSS and FSR, they don't give you double the FPS. If you have Fortnite, I have like 48 now. It's like 94, 90, 95. It's like doubles the FPS by 2. The DLSS frame generation, FSR frame generation, they don't double by 2. They just give you like I don't know 33% until like 40% of your existing frame rate. So if you have like 60, you're gonna have like 80 something, and if you have like 67, 69, you can have like 90 something. Or like most cases, like doesn't give you double the FPS. In some cases, it does give you double the FPS, but not most cases. But this software here gives you like double the FPS right off the bat. And as you can see, light on this pyramid here, like oh shit, they were flickering and they're artifacting for a while. If you like rewind it, like it was artifacting, but it's better than the LSS frame generation, FSR frame generation mod. To be honest, if I'm gonna play this game with any frame generation mod, I'm gonna be doing it with this exact software that does it. Okay, how about a game that does not have frame generation, nor from the DLSS nor FSR? It just does not have frame generation at all. It has FSR upscaling, but there's a mod for the DLSS from Pure Dark, and this is using DLAA, not DLSS. And I can already see some tearing because this game is not as intensive on the 4080. Yeah, I was gonna say 3090s for some reason. On the 4080, so yeah, I'm just gonna drop the FPS a little bit with the Riva Tuner. Where's Riva Tuner? The other screen. I'm just gonna drop the FPS to 60 and see how that program works right now. And I can already see tearing with Riva Tuner as well. So let me just go to that program, scale it, click on Resident Evil, see how it runs if you have like 60 FPS and want to frame generate. Oh, now it looks smoother than 60 FPS for some reason. It looks even smoother than 90 FPS that I had before. Yeah, of course it's gonna look smoother, but does it feel smoother? It feels, I don't know. Is there any artifacting? I don't see any artifacting because this is a slow paced game as well. So the only game that has artifacting was Alan Wake. A little bit of Cyberpunk, but Alan Wake had a lot of artifacting. So yeah, this game is like really not intensive, even though like it's more like the graphics are better than Last of Us, but it's really not intensive. The way that this game is created is not intensive, even though like the hair, the character model, the grass, everything is way more like detailed than The Last of Us. It's yeah, stuttered a little bit right there for some reason. It always stutters right there. I played this game for too many times. I played this game too many times, so I know what's gonna happen and when it's gonna happen. This is the intensive area in this game. So now I haven't dropped it to 60 FPS. It's not gonna stutter or anything from 60, but let's see how this program handles this this kind of heat. Okay, I'm just gonna keep shooting everybody. Yeah, they cannot like let me shoot that guy when he's doing that thing. I have to wait for him until he finishes that whatever he's doing. Yeah, I don't see any flickering or any artifacting, but sure as hell there's stuttering. And as I said before, like it's just because I'm having my GPU can output more than 60 FPS, but this software needs you to be like half your refresh rate, and I am at maximum of my refresh rate right now, 60 FPS, and it's giving me 120. So if you have, if I drop it to 30, probably it's gonna have like less stuttering overall. Okay, I have this OP of a gun. Let's try it on this guy. You're gonna die pretty quickly with this. Oh, I was getting too close. Yeah, this assault rifle is pretty OP in this game. I don't remember that it was. Yeah, I don't think that it was in the actual Resident Evil 4. I think it's only in the remake. Yeah. So, as you can see, this program is working flawlessly, except for Alan Wake. Okay, so this is the last Assassin's Creed game that I appreciated and liked. And this is the last game that I'm gonna test in this video. And let me just kill this guy. And yeah, I put the game to run at 50 FPS, so that's I can see, because this GPU can run this game like at 95 on 4K, everything maxed out. And yeah, I put it to run at 50 FPS instead of 60, because after like if I put it in 60, that's my maximum refresh rate, and it's gonna start stuttering for me. You're not gonna be able to see it stuttering, but it's gonna start stuttering for me. It's not gonna be a pleasant experience. So now let's go, not you, let's go scale and see how smooth is it gonna get from 50. Oh damn, it's already like very smooth, and I don't even see this is an old game. Like, you can see artifacting from like stuff like, you see that tree in front of me is artifacting the same as Alan Wake, but nothing else on the screen is artifacting except for that tree. Let me just go climb this wall and see, like, if I'm on top of everything, is it gonna start stuttering or like start flickering? Not stuttering, it's not gonna stutter. Yeah, that tree is the only thing that flickers from afar. No other tree is flickering except for this one in front of me right here when I'm like far away from it. And as you can see, I'm having like 100 FPS. I was gonna say 120 FPS, but no, it's just 100 FPS, and it's really smooth AF. I'm not gonna lie to you. This program now is a must for everybody. So, as a conclusion, except if you want to play Alan Wake, I think Alan Wake should developers Remedy should put out an update that makes it work with this game, with this program properly, like all other games do. But yeah, except for Alan Wake, every game that I've tested had very minimal artifacting. Like, you can see this one like artifacting, some building artifacts sometimes, and the floor, like this roof right here flickered right now before I stopped. But you don't if you don't go looking for it, you're not gonna find it, type of thing, you know what I mean? And it's been really this is a game changer, to be honest. This is a very big game changer. I didn't like it before. I had like 28 minutes testing with what was like LSFG first version of it, but now with the second version and the little update that they updated I think yesterday or the day before it, because this update was like 10 or like 8 May. So yeah, I think yesterday they put like a small update, and I think that's what made it even more better. And as you can see, with performance mode on it enabled, it's really running just great. Not just fine, it's just running great. As you can see, like, it's flickering right there, like artifacting in that building, but that's minimal. You're not gonna be able to see it if you don't go looking for it. And this is a game that is old, so you know this is a game that is old. So you can see like a little bit of artifacting on that wall. Yeah, this program is, I mean, I like it, to be honest with you. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep using NVIDIA frame generation, to be honest, because that only gives you, as I said, 33 to 40% of your existing frame rate, not double of the frame rate all the time. So things like games like Fort Solis and this now is starting to artifact a lot. So like Fort Solis, Starfield, that don't give a lot of performance with DLSS, would very greatly benefit from this piece of software in here. And if you don't mind a little bit of artifacting here and there, it's really a pleasant an enjoyable gameplay session, to be honest. All right, see you in the next video. Ciao.